Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afiqah Sihat, and today I'm going to present my proposal. My title of proposal is Assessment of Population Exposure to Particulate Matter 2.5 using Geospatial Technique. This is my presentation outline. I will brief through the introduction, research objective, literature review methodology, expected outcome, and also the Gantt chart. For the introduction, I will brief about the background of the study, problem statement, and significance of study. First, for the background of the study is about exposure to particulate matter 2.5. In 2006, ambient air pollution contributed to 7.6% of all deaths globally, the World Health Organization. And the factor affecting particulate 2.5 is categorized into two, which is socio-economic factors and also natural condition. Socio-economic factor are activity that related to economic, and the natural condition is meteorological data such as temperature and also temperature, wind speed, and so on. Continuing to the background of the study, the geospatial technique is, for example, GIS is an important and powerful tool to estimate and visualize different natural or artificial phenomena that we need to predict or we need to observe. For example, in this picture, the data source, the street data, the building data, vegetative data are layered into and integrate into one layer and produce, like, for example, a map. For the problem statement of this study is first urbanization. Malaysia have gone through a lot of urbanization to improve living standard, and based on Department of Statistics Malaysia 2020, there are 61% of work done have been done by Malaysia to improve living standard, and this I do believe that increasing urbanization leads to increase in exposure towards particulate matter 2.5. And also there's lack of research on population at risk. So it is necessary to create an indicator that could identify, quantify, and locate vulnerable population, as well as exposure to solve problems associated with particulate matter 2.5. And also a lot of research only involved in situ observation, which only research on the in situ, and there's lack of research about population at risk that based on factors. So for the research objective, first is to investigate the relationship between particulate matter 2.5 concentration and various factors such as natural condition and socio-economic factor. Second is to produce population exposure map toward particulate matter 2.5. The research questions are: what are the factors that affecting concentration of particulate matter 2.5? What is the potential factor that contribute the most significant relationship between particulate matter 2.5 concentration and various factors that considered? Which area that are highly exposed to particulate matter 2.5? The SWOT analysis for this study is first the strength is this study able to produce map on population at risk, and next is able to show significant factor that contribute to particulate matter 2.5 concentration. The opportunity is first, we provide information needed for policy making. They are able to show the pattern of air pollution in Selangor, but however, the weakness of this study it has few limitations because There's a lot of variable considered. So there is also possibility that some variable may be ignored, and there's also chances that the data is not correctly processed. The threats for this study is because it's not involving lab experiment. So the biggest threat is computer problem or data loss during the processing. So next is literature review. For the literature review, first is about particulate matter 2.5. The definition of particulate matter 2.5 is particulate matter. The diameter is 2.5 micron or less than 2.5 micron, and it is a common parameter for air pollution. The next one is property of particulate matter. Particulate matter is a primary air pollutant which can exist as dust or mist suspended in the atmosphere, and it may visible or not visible. Based on the literature review, I also found that the factor affecting particulate 2.5 is meteorological information, socio-economical factors, land use, and population-related exposure level. First, meteorological conditions such as temperature, humidity, and wind speed, wind direction also affect particulate matter 2.5. Uh, High temperature, low humidity will increase in particulate matter 2.5. Socio-economical factors such as industry will lead to more particulate matter 2.5 emission for the land use. Area that near to industrial area and more traffic will have a lot of particulate matter 2.5 concentration because it will emit a lot of particulate matter 2.5. For population weighted exposure level, it is an indicator used to indicate the exposure level of populations towards particulate 2.5. It has formula that we need to calculate to know the population weighted exposure level. For the next one is methodology. Okay, first, the study area that is chosen is Selangor. Selangor is chosen to be a study area because it is believed as a highly dense population due to urbanization, and also it has high population weighted exposure level. Okay. As shown in this table, it shows that the annual average concentration and population weighted exposure level of particulate matter 2.5 in 16 states of Malaysia, but only include 3, and it shows that Selangor is the third highest PWL with 36 microgram per meter cube. And the table below is the considered variable that is used in the previous study. Both of these tables is from previous studies. It shows few variables that have been chosen, such as shown. Next, this is the framework of this study. We will get meteorological data from Malaysia Meteorological Department. Socio-economical data we will acquire from Department of Statistics, Malaysia. The land use data we get from Department of Agriculture. For the monitoring station data, we get from the Department of Environment. And this, for the meteorological data and socio-economic data, land use data, we will do analysis as shown, and then the independent variable and dependent variable are combined And we do a process called special stratified heterogeneity and spatial-temporal regression. This step is choose uh, to identify the association between the non-linear and the linear relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable. And then the data will be the it will be analyzed, and then we do a data validation, which is cross examination. The cross examination will determine the accuracy of the model that we produce. Okay, from that, we will produce a map, a population at risk map based on the factor that show um, the most height significant factor. The most significant factor. I'm sorry. Okay, next is the expected outcome that expected from this study is the result will show population at risk map based on factors considered, and it is expected that area which is industrially developed with intensive production, high population density and numerous vehicles will lead to more particulate matter entering the air than other area. And this is the Gantt chart of this study. So proposal presentation we present in the March, and progress presentation, and final year project presentation, and milestone is the same as the Gantt chart. Alright. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.